Hello, 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 hello. There's so much stuff to talk about. There's so much stuff to talk about. I can't even begin. I can't even begin to tell you guys how much stuff is to talk about. But I had to deliberately stop myself and say, and I really need to talk about. Um, so many people going live. Right, you ain't going live yet. So many people talking about. There's so much stuff you can't even imagine. I had to stop myself and say, you know something, I am going to do follow up. Why is it? Yeah, I said I'm going to do my follow up on. Make sure I don't want to mute this. Hold on, do I want to mute this? On the Alexander. Believe it or not, wait a minute, hold up. That's weird. I'm not sure why I'm hearing this. Hold on a second. I need to figure out why I'm hearing this Instagram poorly. This person was on my live the other day. He was like, "It's such a mess." Yes, it is a mess. You know why it's a mess? Because I'm an old ass woman. That's why it's a mess. I'm an old ass woman and I am trying to get into the social media world, which I love doing. Don't get me wrong. But it's not easy when you're trying to do something to be a media, independent media, and then you have to be. Oh my God, I thought he was okay. Okay, he's fine. Every time I go on social media, I see something about someone that I know and care about. All right, so just want to make sure. All right, let me check the social. Let me check Instagram to make sure that it's not sounding off, guys. And then after that, we're gonna start. So anyway, there's so much to talk about. So much to talk about. But I was determined to like stop everything and get into the Alexander brothers, which I have been attending the trial for the Alexander brothers. I wasn't able to go every single day like I did with the Diddy, but I took so much time off of the Diddy trial, I couldn't do the same thing, Alexander brothers, because I have a job. But I did go a few times to get a basic idea what was going on. I did hear the witness, and let me see if I could hear this. So sorry, guys. They like I did with the Diddy, but I took so much time off of the Diddy trial, I couldn't do the same thing, Alexander Brothers, because I have a job. But I did go a few times to get a basic idea what was going on. Okay, good. Okay, so it doesn't sound as bad as I think it does. Okay, great. Hey, pretty, how are you? Why are you frozen? I'm not sure. Am I still frozen? Am I still frozen? I don't look frozen on my end. Am I still frozen? Hold on. Hi, Luck Bounce. How are you? Let me see if she could see what I'm saying. Because I don't. Am I still frozen? Because she has to tell me if I'm frozen. Because I don't look. But there's a lot of. I have a lot of stuff open. Because we're gonna go through the trials. No, I'm fine. Good, 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 good. Lucky Bounce. How are you? Not anymore. Okay, pretty. Okay, we're good. We're good. Thank you, pretty, for letting me know. It's probably because I left to go and check Instagram. Okay, so let's talk about this. There's so much stuff to talk about. I can't even begin to tell you. So this, I want to talk about. I am determined to talk about the Alexander cases. I don't think too many people are paying attention, and I don't really think people care. I really don't think people care. Of course, we know that Prince Andrew was arrested today. I see England could get it right, but the United States can't. They're doing so much to hide all kind of shenanigans that happened in order to protect the leader that was placed by the MAGA community. Hey, brothers and sisters, how y'all doing? No hate, just appreciate. That they hiding so much to try to protect him that they refuse to have any investigation on Trump and his administration. Now, the sad thing is that Virginia, who has unalived herself, Virginia G, who unalived herself last year, is not here to see this. But her family came out to give her praise and to say, it's thank God for her bravery that we even here, right? Not only that, let's just talk about the fact that they didn't even arrest him for Virginia. They didn't arrest him for Virginia. They arrested him for misconduct. Because apparently, besides being an a-hole creep, he also wanted to use the business to actually trade or give inside information, according to what I read, to Epstein. So that's where we are now. Okay. You guys can hear me, right? Can you guys hear me? Because I want to make sure that I have the mic on. And that's the thing. Which mic is this even using? I have a new mic. I have an official mic. And I'm not sure. Okay, it's actually using, I have both mics on. No, it's actually using the Yeti X. Okay, good. All right, great news. Okay, good. So it's using the Yeti X. Let's keep it that way. So it is great news. It's great news, right? I don't even know what JPIMP is. I'm not sure how that comes into the picture of us naming actual religion or group of people, Joe. But you probably know what's on your mind than I do. Okay, so the only crazy thing is the fact Giuffre, Virginia Giuffre, because I can never pronounce her name, so I call her Virginia G. Unfortunately, she's not here to see that the arrest happened of the person who raped her, but we are happy to say that her family is here to talk about it. And Virginia actually had children. They don't put the information of the children out, and I won't do it. But it's good to know that, with all the tragedies that's happened in the family, that they at least see some form of justice. Again, it has absolutely nothing, apparently, according to the report, with the actual what he did to Virginia, but it does have to do with some inside trading. Now, with everything that's coming out in the Epstein files, they have an email, either an email or some type of photo. There's photo of Andrew, I believe. There's additional photos of Andrew. I'm not going to describe it. But there's apparently an email or additional proof that what Virginia G said is actually true. So I'm guessing that they're trying to handle the case in England because England and the residents and the people of England wanted some accountability. So they were able to maneuver some information from the Epstein file in order to come up with public misconduct. I don't know if public misconduct may eventually lead to the additional evidence that they have against him from the Epstein files, but at least they're investigating and they arrest him. The crazy thing is that they arrest him on his birthday because today is his birthday. I don't even know how I mean, he's an animal, so I shouldn't feel, I should say allegedly because he didn't go to court, even though there is proof of a photo. So allegedly, he is an animal who hurt Virginia. Uh, but I kind of was paused when I heard that he was arrested on his birthday. But I guess it's FOFA, I mean FAFO, because you fuck up, you fuck around and find out. But I was like, God damn, arrest on your birthday? Shit, England is brutal. But now that England has shown us how to do this, I'm just curious to see if America is ready for our case. Because there's a case that needs to be had. Everybody over here, hey, Anissa, mother, how are you? These files are very serious. Yes, Lucky Bound. Okay, guys, we on YouTube and we on Instagram, so I'm reading both. So, yeah, so there's a case to be had here. A lot of people are concerned and with the Democratic leadership that's been in connection with Epstein, and I know the Clintons are scheduled to speak. I think February 26th, and I'm planning on watching their testimony. But there's so much more that can be done. There is the guy that is referenced 38,000 times in the Epstein files. There is actually even Ted Lieu, which is a congressman, has actually came out and says that in the Epstein file they are proof that there's a great charge against the person that MAGA and cohorts placed as the leader of the United States of America. Now, I personally am not expecting that this man will ever be brought to justice. We came this close. But the MAGA community and also our youth who were very angry at the war that is on the other side of the country, and I'm not talking about Russia and Ukraine, they wanted to make sure that they hand over the power of the free world to Donald Trump. And they got what I always give a clap because they got what they wanted, right? They did what they did because they felt it was in their, I don't know if they felt it in their best interest, but they felt vindictive. You understand? So we have what we have. We came this close to holding Donald Trump accountable for a lot of things. A lot of the cases was dropped. Some are still pending, possibly until after this man leaves the office. But I think that he probably will go to Hayes, transition out of this world and go to Hades or Hayes. I like to go to Hayes prior to anything happen. So we probably will never in real life see him held accountable. But his name, the history book will remember this time. And I don't think the history book's going to be very friendly. I don't think our kids, hey, Mike, how are you? I don't think our kids, going to be very happy with the way we're conducting what we're doing today. But again, who am I? I'm just a black woman in Brooklyn, right? Giving my opinion on different subject matters. We'll see. At the end of the day, I could be the one that's wrong, right? We could be celebrating this moment in history and the fact that most of America, the cooking pot for me, look, I was like, I don't know what the cooking pot is for me, that most of America got it right. That they, after the previous 4 years of Donald Trump, decided to do it all over again. Like Groundhog Day. And I hope it's working for everybody. I truly do. But the reason why I brought up Donald Trump is because I also want to talk about the Alexander case. And the Alexander case is just like the Trump case. Everybody just want to close their eyes and make sure that a horrific case is not taking place. And when I say horrific, I mean horrific. Horrific, disgusting. Okay? You have 3 brothers who are billionaire and wealthy. Okay? So let me make sure that I give you, because I wrote it down, but I want to make sure that I give you their proper name. And one of them is, I keep thinking that his name is Paul, but it's tall or tall. But whatever the pronunciation, the defense attorney makes me crazy because it sounds like Paul. I'm like, yo, who the fuck is Paul? Like, yo, y'all need to get these damn people name right because I keep hearing Paul, and people are laughing at me, and they're like, oh, their name is not Paul, his name is Paul. I say, I know what the fuck. Excuse my language, guys, because I get very aggressive. I said, what? I know what the hell his freaking name is. I'm telling you, when they say his name, it sounds like Paul, and it's annoying because I know his ass name is not Paul, so it's annoying. So anyway, as I was saying, the cases against Alon, Oren, and Tall Alexandra. There's three very super wealthy brothers. Two is in real estate. One is in security. He had a security company. Their father was wealthy, and they worked for a particular real estate company at one time, and they went branched out on their own. Apparently, according to that part of the world, the very rich and wealthy and stuff like that, they were party boys. Having a really great time out there, living their best life. There's been some allegation or some hint of impropriety when it came to their cases, but other than that, they was living their best lives. And if you would look at them at first glance, they're not unattractive people, especially the twins. The twins are fairly attractive. The older brother looked kind of off, like he looked like the twins. You know how sometimes the older kids could look, the older kids, you just making them and they just come to their future. And the more kids you have, the more more refined their future. So the older brother looked kind of off, right? But the younger ones are fairly attractive. There's another brother, because there's four of them, that has absolutely nothing to do with it. It goes to show that you can have the same man, mom and dad, and some kids are good and other kids are monsters. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, the three younger brothers, okay, so there's an older brother and I guess a second brother, and the two youngest is the twins. They are the one that's being going to trial, and I don't think anybody really care about it. Only a handful of us are really covering and talking about it, to be quite honest with you. And so hold on one second, guys. You know something? Give me 1 second. Mm-hmm. Only two people watching. Only two people watching because nobody really cares. Hold on 1 second. Share. Give me a second, guys. Oh, wait a minute. Create. Oh, I could create a case. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Live now. Please join. Subscribe. And like. All right, so I'm gonna post this. I never understood why I don't do this more often to get people to actually pay attention. Oh, hold on. I could take it straight here, right? Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I'm almost there. Because it does allow you. Oh God, sorry, guys. Now, of course, now it's gonna give me a problem. No, I want to sign in this way. La 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 la. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I should have done this before, but there's lots to talk about. Okay. All right. Hopefully this works. All right. Hold on. I think I'm almost there, guys. Almost there. Oh, yep, I'm here. Yay! Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, guys. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. All right. Let's see if it will just pop up. No, I don't want that. I don't like you, Elon Musk. So I will not. Sorry, guys. It's not supposed to be politicking. Um, Sorry. Alexander Brothers case discussion. All right, so I put it there. So post, so I could post it there. All right, I did that, and then Facebook, guys. Give me a second. Now I'm gonna post it on Facebook. Now we can have a discussion. Okay. All right, Facebook. I have to do this all the time. I don't know why I don't do this all the time. But sometimes look at that. My mouth look all of it. They were like, "Why are you in your robe?" I feel like it. Alexander Brothers case discussion. Just in case if people are interested. Give me 1 second, guys. Audience. All right. We are here. Hey, everybody. Hey, how you doing? All right, so let's discuss. Let's have a discussion. Let's have a discussion about what's going on. Again, just to start out with summary for the people that just just logging into their social media. The Prince of Wales was arrested. Let's see if America can get it right and do what we have to do here. A large amount of people in the country have decided to vote for someone who is listed 38,000 times in the Epstein files for their various reasons. Rewind, I'll explain my reasons why I think they did it. I don't think this person will ever be brought on charges. I think they will unalive and move forward, transition out of this world to Hades or Hades, whatever they call it, and he will never be held accountable. I'm just pretty much repeating what I said before because some people are just coming in. Um, and I don't think he's ever going to be brought on charges. That's just my opinion. When I saw the case about Prince Andrew's being arrested, I was like, oh my God, not only is he being arrested, he's being arrested not for the crime, what he did in Virginia G, but he's arrested for, was it public misconduct, which hopefully may include what he did to Virginia, but we don't know. I think it's more like, based on what I read, it's more like he gave confidential trading information to Epstein. So now they're looking at his books and looking to see what type of information he gave. But we'll see. But right now he got arrested. I don't know if he was freed yet on bail or recognition. I know the prince was like hands off. We're gonna let the investigation go and everything like that. His mom already. A lot of people's blaming Queen Elizabeth, but you know how a lot of people are about their children, especially the babies. Apparently that was his favorite. No excuse, but it is what it is. And if you're parents and you have kids and you have family, you know what time it is when it comes to your family, depending on the loved ones, what you will do for them. And sometimes we deny. You understand what I'm saying? To help them out. So anyway, she at least got to the point where she made him retire, remove his duties. When she unalived and transitioned, rest in peace. His brother told him he had to be evicted from the home that he knew for many years. Apparently, he had a 100-year lease. Now they want to find out how he got that. A whole bunch of stuff. A lot of people act like they don't know what time we were on. They knew what the man was doing. They knew it. So anyway, he was living in Charles' old house when they picked him up on his birthday. And according to England law, they can't name the person that's been arrested, but they could describe him. And right now, they say that's as much as they're going to say about the case. So a lot of people, it's like, oh my God, we can't believe that we're here. I can't believe that he actually did it, and stuff like that. Murad, I think his name is Murad, who I've met. If I pronounce your name, oh, sending link. Okay, okay. If I pronounce the name, I am live. Give me a minute. Live, live. Um, join in a minute. So I'm about to go to live with watching the world. So give me a minute. But I just so this is probably going to be cut short, and I'll be back. I'm sorry, but I'm supposed to be doing another show, and my co-host is actually covering the Virginia Gotry case. Um, in fact, do you want to come to mine? Do you want? No, no, he has to do his own line. No, that's okay. So we're going to transition. We're going to transfer ourselves to watching the world. Okay, because I have a lot of things to say about the Alexander case. So I'm hoping that we could actually talk about it. So I'm probably going to leave here in a few minutes and go to watching the world so we could actually chat. And I'm sure he's going to want me to take off my role because it's going to be so totally unprofessional in his case. So I will probably reshare the links to everybody so you guys could come to watching the world. So anyway, so the prince got arrested and stuff like that. And I'm repeating myself for the other two people. Social media that I just added and on his birthday, and Murad is one of the wonderful hosts that I met, media personality that I met. He's from England, and he is covering it, and he lives in England. And I saw him today, and he's like, "I can't believe I'm here, and I'm actually living in a world where I'm covering one of the biggest store in England because he traveled here to do Diddy trial, right? That's how we met." And he said, "I can't believe that I'm here to see this." And I text, he was live, and I typed, I was like, "I feel the same way about when I was covering the Diddy trial. It's like you can't believe, like you're in an alternate reality. You can't believe that you're actually here covering this huge story." So I can imagine how he feel over there because sometimes when bad things happen to people, and the most powerful, richest people have been getting away with so many things for so long, even though there's evidence, there's proof, and they just keep getting away with it, getting away with it. You can't believe that you actually are here. Like, are we actually here? Are they being held accountable? Obviously, America says no when it comes to Trump, but at least we could look and see what's going on in England, you know? Now I've started to say before I, pause and then added them to channel. We do know that there are some people that Congress is trying to that are bringing in to answer questions. There is a hearing that's happening with the Clintons because everybody want to go after the Democrats, but when we talk about the Republicans, they're like, "Oh, you go too far. You're doing too much." Oh, maybe. Well, just because they talked to him doesn't mean that they did anything wrong when it comes to GOP and Republican and rich and billionaire. But what is the Democrat? Oh, they did it. You know Clinton did that. Mm-hmm. I hate to mention her name because I know she's on social media. So with respect, I don't want to listen. But you know her name, first initial start with M, and I know she on social media. And I know she lived with this for all of her life. And I don't want to drag her into this, even though she is driving to this. You know damn well they're gonna bring up her name in the questioning when they talk to Bill Clinton. You know, because obviously, because that happened during his presidency, he was impeached, even though they didn't. It wasn't completed. He wasn't actually ejected from the presidency. They now was like, "Oh, we got ourselves some Clinton. Oh, we got Clinton. We got Clinton, but we ain't got Trump." See that work? So they're going in hard for them. And if you even question about why the Democrats have to be held accountable but not the Republican, if you even question that, too emotional. Oh yeah, I am emotional. Hey, Luck Downs. Yeah, I'm totally emotional. Hey, how you doing, Mama Flip? Mama Flip. Hey, if you don't know me, welcome to my world. This is how I describe myself. I'm a black woman in Brooklyn that are reporting him things. I've been doing this for quite a while, but now people are beginning to pay attention. I've been talking about shit for a long, long time. You should have seen me from 2016 to 2020. I was in these streets, warning, screaming, yelling at the top of my head, like, what the fuck we doing in America? What happened? And nobody listened to me. So now people are listening. I totally agree that he is responsible for a lot of stuff. Yes, I agree. I'm sorry, guys. I'm talking on Instagram also. But I say this to say that we are at the point in history where we are seeing some semblance of accountability. Everybody's yelling that they want the Dems to be held accountable. People are still holding, clutching their pearls, protecting the Republicans and the MAGA because they run the country, right? They own everything. They own the Supreme Court, Congress, House of Representatives, and Senate is Congress. I do know that. They own some courts, not too many. I think the courts are the only thing that's saving us, right? And they own, I don't know if they own the military quite yet. I'm kind of holding out for the military, but definitely ICE, DOJ, every commissioner, every head of defense. I'm kind of holding out. Which I should not hold up for the military because we know who Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs is running the Defense Department, right? The Secretary of Defense. I don't care how they want to change it. That's what it's been called. It's going to be called like that again, right? So we're in a very crazy time. So when Murad was like, "I can't believe we're in this time," I thought the same thing. I can't believe that I felt that way about Diddy. I kind of feel a little bit about this with the Alexander brothers, but not as much with Diddy because there was a lot more interest in the Diddy case, and there's hardly any interest in Alexander brothers. And the Alexander brothers are wicked, 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 wicked. I can't give any credit to Diddy. I think Diddy was the most horrific human being ever in existence. Horrific. What he pulled and almost got away with, because we still got 2 charges versus 5. We still got 2. He's sitting in jail. I don't care. Everybody keep talking, oh, he got out. He ain't get out. His ass is still in jail. He's felon. He's a predator. We got 2 out of 5. I wanted 5. But I'm okay with, we got 2. If he got out on 0, I would have been pissed. But we got 2. But in his case, I couldn't even say in his case because he's still, in my opinion, I still think Diddy is evil. In his case, he acted as, we're about to go into him. Almost, give me a few. He acted as they were his women, right? He gave them a name. He fed them false hope. He fed them with the hope of them being in a relationship. It's all bullshit anyway. Or I don't believe in monogamy, but I want you to be in my life because you are just the sunshine and the light of my life. You are the sun and you bring the warmth to me. And I love you so much. Oh my God. I should have seen the text and the voicemail that Diddy sent to these women. When I tell you that this man was trying to flow, what? I be sitting in court rolling my eye. I'm like, look at this motherfucker right here. But he had words. After the best series of evidence and receipt that I heard and seen is when Cassie did the lawsuit and he called Jane. And Jane did not, and I'm sorry I'm going to go to Alexander, but you see how I skip and I transition out? Because I like to tell stories. He called Jane and he recorded Jane, and Jane didn't know that he was recording her. But we got a chance to hear it because he recorded her, and actually he wasn't even here. It was, what's her name? what's his friend? JJ? What the hell is this freaking woman name? Who I hope one day go to trial, because she got away with a lot of things. What is Diddy? What the hell was her name? I can't say she was stabbed. What the fuck was her name? Christina KK. Yeah, Christina. Christina Coram. So she's the one that was recording the conversation, and you should have heard Diddy. What? He's like, I'm just calling to check in on you. And then Jane is crying like, you don't understand. I can't believe that when I read her lawsuit, it was just like me. It's like me. I can't believe that you did the same thing to her that you did to me. And I said to you that I didn't want to happen. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm just calling to check in with you to make sure you're good. I don't want to talk about that. I just want to make sure that you're good and you're my friend and that we're friends. And she's crazy like, I understand. I understand. I understand, but I can't believe that I read the pages and it's just like me. And I thought, you have to understand that I'm so broken heart by this. You doing too much. I'm just calling to check on you to make sure that you're my friend. You're my friend. And I didn't know that you felt this way, because you really don't feel this way, right? You don't feel this way because I know, but you don't feel this way. But I told you how I felt. I told you I felt that I was only good for the app. I just wanted to call you to check in on you, to make sure that you understand that I need you at this time, that you mean so much to me. You are the light of my life. You are the sun in the dark skies, and I need you. Boy, the flow. I'm not giving you word for word, but that's pretty much what happened. And I'm sitting here in the corner. I'm like, this motherfucker right here. And they're falling for it. But you had that. The Alexander brothers are wicked. They use their influence. They use their billions. They were hosting house parties. They was using cruises, and what they were doing is they were getting people to invite these girls, and some of them was underage, to these elaborate locations, because they're real estate, right? So I believe that probably some of these locations wasn't even theirs. They was places that they were selling. So they invited these girls, and some of them were women. But there was one who testified that she was 16 years old. She has a birth certificate. She got raped the day before her 17th birthday. There's photo of her at the place. There's photos, there's recording. There's recording one brother saying, oh, I just took down a 17 years old. And Mark Anafilio, Mark is one of the older brother lawyer, one of the older brother lawyer. This motherfucker right here, is it the older or one of the twins? I think the older twin brother. This mofo right here is doing the same thing that he did on the Diddy trial. And him and Tinny, I actually liked Tinny because I thought Tinny was the least respectful. Not like Nicole Bulldog, who was treating all the survivors as if they were like they were lying and they were hoes and they were slut, and she was so disrespectful. At least Tinny was a little bit soft-spoken. She got to the point, but she was soft-spoken. She tried to be understanding. She tried to be a survivor lawyer. Like, she tried to talk to them like, I know you lying. And I know you lying, but I'm going to treat you with soft love. But Nicole here, whatever her last name, for some reason I have a block on her name. She was treating her like anything, like they were dogs. And Mark treated these women like they were sluts, hoes. They're trying to use the same technique with these survivors now, but one of them a billionaire. One of them is a billionaire daughter. And she's saying, look, I don't need the money. I got money, but I want to take away theirs. And I want to hold them accountable for what they did to me and all these women all these years and what they got away with. And guess what? I met their family. Did I tell you? And I gotta go because I want you guys to join us at Watching the World. I met the family because Mama and Papa is there. Mama and Papa is there. Wifey's there. Mama and Papa is there. They come outside. They speak. I don't know if they speak in French or whatever. They can sitting down. They smiling at me. Hey, how you doing? How are you? I'm sitting right next to them on the bench outside because inside the court they separate the family from the media and stuff. And there's not a lot of media in there. This is why I have a problem with this case because nobody's really covering it. Right? Nobody's really covering it. So we're going to go through the case. I'm going to come back because I have to join Mel. Right? And I would like to invite you guys over. I think we might talk about more than this case, but after the Mel, I will come back and continue if we don't talk enough about the case. Okay, I'm just going to Mel. If you're watching me, I'm going to StreamYard right now. Give me 1 second. I would like to invite you guys. I'm going to go back live on all platform and Watching the World. So, because I told Mel that I really wanted to talk about the Alexander brother because he right now is in Arizona covering the Nicole, Miss Nancy napping. He's over there, but he's going to still come in and talk to us. But I really want to talk about the Alexander case. Because again, not too many, and I'm sorry for being repetitive. That's how I am. I'm a Black woman in Brooklyn. And that's how I talk. But I want to cover it because not too many people care about this case. And if what they're telling me is true, these men are animals. Some people will say that they're worse than Diddy. Yes, but I have such an aversion to Diddy and what he did to the women and other people that it is hard for me. But like I said, the only thing I could give Diddy, if I give him anything, is at least he had a delusion that they were his women and that he needed them to do this for him because that's what he needed in order to be fulfilled as a man, in order to be the man of greatness, to be our Black excellence, because he has so much pressure in building this empire that he needed to make these women into sex slaves. At least he gave them that. But these motherfuckers, these brothers, 4 or 5 guys raping 4 or 5 guys on top of a 16-year-old in the Hamptons. This is the stories that we're going to get into. So please, I'm about to end this live. I'm about to go to Mel's show. Please join us. Instagram, please join us back in a few minutes. Give me about 5 minutes because I'm going to read it. It's scary. Even when it's horrible, Lucky. Please join me in about 5 minutes. I'm going to join Mel on his show. And I am going to resend the link. Thank you, everybody. And then if we don't talk enough about the Alexander brothers, then I'll come back after the show and continue my reporting. All right. Thank you, guys. I'll be back. Give me about 5 minutes to join Mel. Okay, thanks. Okay, bye-bye.